Hi guys, it's Shell, Sunbury Housewives. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to our channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit the subscribe button to see future videos. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So today I am working on a really fun tumbler that has several steps to it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So right here I am using a 20-ounce sublimation tumbler, and I cut out yet another burst template. This is one I just sort of made myself, and it's not technically a burst, but it's the burst technique. So I'm wrapping around the template to line it up onto the tumbler, and then I will do like I normally do and remove just a portion of the back and lay it down so that I can make sure that it's lined up correctly. This technically doesn't have to be exact, just for the fact that we're making this a peekaboo, so you're not going to see all of the elements that's underneath. Only the important ones that I wanted to be shown. So here I'd already cut off the back, and I'm making sure that it's lined up again, and then I'll remove that piece that I cut off and adhere it to the tumbler and remove the rest of the template backing so that it goes nice and secure to the tumbler. Now that that template is on, I'm just smoothing down to make sure all the pieces are laid down so that when it's time to glitter, I don't get any where I don't want it. So I'm going to start to remove, I can't really tell, I think it's the flowers on here. This template I made, I really wanted something fun, so that's what I'm doing. I'm starting with this purple from the Glitter Heart Company. I can't see the name of it, so I'll list it in the description box below. But technically everything except for a couple items all have different colors. So I wanted this to be really colorful and cheerful and very tropical-ish. So once I got that flower done, I was moving on to the next flower. And I think this is called Icus from the Glitter Guy. And once that's done, super easy, I move on to the next. I was doing leaves, and so I wanted to create this specific green. So I mixed these three colors together and created a color that I actually really liked. So I made up quite a bit, so I ended up storing this in a container so I can use it in the future if I ever want this color. So I'm removing the leaves and adding the glitter and brushing it all off. So now it's time to move to the cocktails. I wanted to do them each different, and this is mermaid scales, I believe, from the Glitter Heart Co. So I brushed that off, but I didn't want to do the very, very all the way to the top because it's supposed to look like glass. You know, the glass ain't always filled to the brim. So I did use diamonds at the very top and the very bottom of the glass. And then I got smart on the next one and started to cut the template itself to where I don't want it to be. So the next one that I go to, I'm cutting now, and I can't remember. Okay, yeah, this is like a margarita glass. So I do one margarita in this pistachio, and I do the next margarita one, I believe, in yellow. But but here I'm removing the top and the bottom to do the diamonds again. And then I move on to the next one, and I really wanted to do an ombre for this cocktail. So I'm just cutting the template again. And so I'm going to use a combination of, I believe it's What the Flock, which is a pretty pinky, corally, but more pink. But it's got a good iridescent shift to it, so it's really pretty. So I'm just ombreing that, and not a clue what color that is. I'll list it in the description box below. And gave this a really cool, fun cocktail look. And then I'm going into the last margarita glass, which I do use the yellow. So I go back to the flowers, and I'm using this, I believe it's called Sunflower, by the Glitter Heart Co., for the stems of the flowers. And then once that's done, it'll be time to move to the words. The color that I ended up choosing for the words, I wish I had chosen either something darker or something even lighter because of the Peekaboo, but it ends up working. So I chose this blue, and I really wish I would have gone to the lighter blue now, but hindsight. But it still works. So I'm removing the template parts for the words so that I can add that glitter. I could not think of my words. And then once I get that done, I remove the rest of the template. And it wasn't totally necessary, but I didn't want to leave that slick surface on it. But because you're really not even going to see it. But I removed the rest of the template, and I'd used diamonds from the Glitter Heart Co. on the remainder of the tumbler. This just helped to make sure that when I go to epoxy, everything is even, and I don't have to worry about any uneven surfaces. And I didn't glitter the bottom because you're not going to see it anyway. Once all that's done, I go ahead and brush off any loose glitter. And then I do give this 2 coats of rustoleum clear coat before I go and do a coat of epoxy. It was pretty smooth after that first coat, so I only did 1 coat. And then here I am starting the Peekaboo. So I had cut out pretty much the same exact template and temporary vinyl, and I'm placing them over each of the elements that I want to be peekabooed. So carefully I go through, and is it perfect? No. But it was enough to where it would all show through once it was sprayed and the next steps, and then for the outlines covered up anything that may have been not showing correctly. The only ones that I didn't do the exact size was the drinks. I made the template just a hair smaller on the drinks for the Peekaboo. So I'm going to go ahead and continue placing the rest of these, and then once that's done, I'll go out and spray a nice coat of rustoleum white matte onto the entire tumbler. Once that dries, I will come in, and I have alcohol ink. These are still shots because my camera decided to freeze, so they're just taking pictures of what I did. So I added the alcohol ink. I used 3 different alcohol inks listed in the description box below, and then I removed the vinyl. And here I am epoxying. I did add a little bit of that darker blue into the epoxy and just slightly run my finger across some of them to make it a little bit more of a depth. And then I do add some white to give it a little bit of waves. I just thought, when I think cocktail, especially in the summer, I think the beach. And so that's kind of what I did. I will have to do another tutorial like this to show you exactly how I got this effect, because I'm so mad that my camera decided to flake out on me. So now I'm just taking the straw and blowing the waves, just to give it a little bit of what looks like movement. And I let this spin. It only needed to spin for a couple hours before I put my final coat on. I only did 1 coat, and then I put the outlines on. So I cut this out in a iridescent vinyl, and it's so pretty because it's got pink and blue and yellow and orange. It's got it all kind of like a rainbowy, which matched the tumbler perfectly. So I'm just lining these up on each of the elements that are showing through. So now it especially defines the drinks. And then once all of those are done, I move on to the words. The words gave me so many problems. I ended up having to do those in pieces, and I made it work. I thought I was just going to have to cut out vinyl and put over the Peekaboo, and I really didn't want to do that, but I made it work. So I'm going to continue to put on the rest of the outlines. And as you can clearly see, I am really struggling. I almost scrapped this, but I carried on and made it work. Now that that's all done, I do give this 2 coats of Rust-Oleum Clear spray to seal in all the vinyl and 2 coats of epoxy before this beauty is finished. And here it is. I absolutely love it. It is so cute. I had a vision in my head of something I wanted to do, and I think it turned out better than my vision. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a great big thumbs up. Make sure to check the description box. We are still running our sale on the website. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.